Hello, my dear teachers, my dear parents, and my dear friends. Welcome for the third session of Knowledge Capsule Week 2. So, we are in Week 2, and this is my third session this week. I heartily welcome each one of you to watch this video. And in today's segment, we all know this is Wednesday. And what do we do on every Wednesdays? So yes, every Wednesdays we discuss aspects to enhance the environment awareness in early learners, which is relevant to 21st century. So whatever we are speaking in the entire knowledge capsule segment is very much with specific to the 21st century requirement. So we've just begun with the with discussions on how we need to prepare, what are the things that we need to understand, what are the things that we need to be aware of as educators, teachers, parents, and the caregiver of the child. We need that awareness. So today in this session, let's discuss about very crucial, essential 5C skills that is required for the child in order to face the 21st century challenges. So we have spoken enough about the 21st century challenges, and I just want to start this session telling you that the 5C skills that I will be discussing in this session is very crucial. There is no choice left for us to give up on any of these 5C skills. So now you can see we have very 5 important C skills. The first one is collaboration. The second is communication. The third is critical thinking. Fourth is confidence. And fifth one is creativity. So it's very important for the child to master all these 5 C skills. And in today's session, we will try to know why the child will need this skill for future. So the child will need skill for future to improve his leadership and initiative, cooperation, flexibility, responsibility, and productivity as he grow up. As he grow up very big, he will need this to collaborate using digital media and responsiveness and constructive feedback. So the child needs to understand collaboration from early years. You know why? Because it is this, to acquire this skill, it is very difficult for the child in this years, because the child is born in a nuclear family, and what is taking care, sharing things with others, the child doesn't know the concept. Any child would be apple of his family, and he would get even before he asks. So this is how our children are growing up today. And what happened when these kids come to school? What happened when they get their first exposure in their preschool years? It is a mere shock for them, because there they are one among so many children. The apple of the eye is now in a place wherein there are many such apples, and for a teacher, each and every child is as important as other. So we cannot do any differentiation in the class, each one of them equally, but the child will to be apple. The child will be expecting to be treated in a very special way, in a very concerned way, and this should not happen. I don't know if it is happening. The child should understand that the teacher is showing equal love to everybody. We all are one here. We all are same here. This emotional shift has to take place from the age of 2+. So only when the child comes out of his comfort zone of being apple in his family, understanding that each one of us are important here in this classroom, and we need to now collaborate. Very crucial skill, because these kids will have to survive in 21st century in global workforce. And I've told you what is the requirement of global workforce. We need to collaborate with people around the globe with different culture, different mindsets, different capabilities. We need to understand and cope up in order to survive. So anybody can go there. There is no chance for us to fail. We need to survive global workforce, and collaboration is very important task. And in next week I will discuss what are the activities we can do to enhance collaboration at the age of 2 plus. Next is communication. Again, very, very, very important skill. This is very important at the age of 2 because before 2, the child will not be exposed to any of these skills. This become very, very crucial. As the child grows, probably he will acquire all these skills from his environment, but the child has to be exposed with effort at the age or from the age of 2 plus. Please take it from me again. The child will acquire these skills as he grow. It becomes easy, but the child with effort needs to understand these skills and start using these skills because he will not have been exposed to any of these skills in his home. So the picture on the slides very, very well explain why we need to be good communicators for 21st century. So you can see there 2 boys, they don't know each other. They are not looking at each other. They don't have any verbal communication there, but they are working together to meet a common point or common goal. And they need to have so many skills and majorly communication, because communication is not always verbal. Communication, we need to find ways and means to communicate effectively. And imagine when you grow up, you go to an interview and you'll face an interview, and in that interview the interviewer will give you only 3 minutes to explain your project. You will not get 30 minutes, but ask you to explain or present your project within 3 minutes. It is only when you are excellent in your communication skill, you can do that within 3 minutes. So for that, we need to put foundation. We need to bring in that foundation right from the age of 2 plus. And let me tell you the other important aspects which the child needs in future through this skill is effective listening, delivering oral presentations, communication using digital media, engaging in conversations and discussions, communicating in diverse environments. So the child will have to need this. The child must need all these skills in future for activities, and we shall discuss some activities in coming week, how we can enhance the communication skills. The next C, that is the third C, is critical thinking. Very, very important skill, my dear parents, teachers, anybody watching this video. It's very, very important. Please look into the picture on the screen. Please look into the picture. And if I ask you, what is that you can understand through this picture? So if 100 of us are watching this video, imagine each one of us will have our own perspective. Each one of us will have our own perspective in understanding what this picture is about, or what can I understand from this picture. So the first thing when I ask you to observe is you're using observation skill. And the moment you start observing, your brain starts analyzing. Right? Your brain just wonders what this could be. I can see some carrots. I can see a burrow there. I can see some rabbits. Now, shall I count rabbits? Shall I count carrots? Shall I compare both of them? Shall I think to order the carrots? Shall I look at which is big, which is small? Shall I see what every rabbit is doing? Let me try to understand whether it is one rabbit doing all these actions or the different rabbits doing all these actions. And after I give you enough time to understand this picture on your own, and now if I ask my question is a problem, and I ask you to tell me the relativity. Of course, I'm using the relativity, which we cannot use with the 2-year-old child. We will communicate this in its own way. If I ask you as an adult, tell me the relativity that you can get through this picture, you will draw upon your own relativity. It could be anything. My example would be, I can tell you that carrots are underground vegetables. Carrots are underground vegetables. Rabbits are animals which dig burrows. So rabbits love carrots. Rabbit can dig a burrow, go inside the ground and eat carrots. So this is some story that I build across this. Probably a 3-4-year-old child might have not thought on this aspect, But as you say this, the child's imagination will open up. The child's imagination will open up, and he will start using that enlightened imagination in every aspect. So everything is laying foundation. You cannot see or you cannot measure the development that will happen in the child's brain. We cannot measure and show it, but believe me, with every small activity like this, with every small analysis like this, the brain is developing in the child, and we are preparing that brain for 21st century. That is what I want to lay emphasis on. We need to develop the way of thinking in the child. Tell them not what to think, but how to think more. So critical thinking is a very, very important aspect that is very crucial for information and discovery, interpretation and analysis, reasoning skills, constructive arguments, problem solving, system thinking. For all these things, the child needs to think critically. No, the child must have different visions. It is not just one way of understanding. The child must have different ways, and for that, imagination is the key thing and analysis is the second thing. So as I go ahead, the fourth C is confidence, which I think I need not elaborate. All of us understand the importance of confidence in child's life, and especially in early years. We are the one who build these skills. My dear educators, teachers, parents there, we need to feel so proud about this, that we are the ones who build these things in child. No, as the child go to primary years, he'll become smart. He can acquire it from the environment. He don't need a teacher for all these things. But in his early years, please remember, he need you and me to build all his skills. So please conduct activities which enhances the child's confidence. We will discuss all those activities in coming classes. But for now, let's understand we need to bring in this skill, this C skill, which is I can attitude. So we need to eliminate the T in I can't. So we need to eliminate that T. We must instill self-belief in the child. We must help them to bring in competence, build up persistence, build up resilience, and making them fearless. So we need to do lots of activities to bring in, to develop confidence in the young one. And let me remind you that if confidence is not there, then there is nothing can be achieved if only this C goes missing. And the fifth C, very, very important. As I'm introducing C, every C is becoming important. This is regarded as the highest when it comes to high order thinking skills. Creativity is considered to be the highest aspect. What is creativity? Creativity is being novel, innovation, invention, discovery, uniqueness, novelty. So all these things come under creativity. So creativity should not be mistook as art and craft creativity, but how creatively we solve a problem, how we can discover a thing and solve our problem. Everything goes around a problem in our life, anywhere, environment or anywhere. So now if I ask you to look at two pictures there on your screens, now we have a worksheet. Imagine you are giving a worksheet, a similar worksheet like this. In the first picture, you will see there is a rabbit, there is a carrot, and what you ask the child? To help the rabbit reach the carrot and eat it. What will the child generally do? Run his fingers first to find the way. So if there is a blockage in the way, the child will come back to the starting point, again run fingers and try which way can take him to carrot. And eventually, what is the problem to be solved here? Helping the rabbit to reach carrot and eat it. Now look at the picture that is down, that is below the first picture. Look here, and if the child comes with the solution in white color, can you see the child is drawing a line outside the maze? Rather than to get into the maze, if the child decides to draw a line from the start till the carrot outside the maze, will we accept it in the classrooms? Imagine one of the child come to us with this worksheet completing in this way. What would be our reaction? how would we react with that child? Obviously, the child would not be complimented for that. Believe me, my dear friends, this child deserves a high round of appreciation because it is creative thinking. Why maze? When there is another way that he can make for himself, he can carve for himself, he can walk through himself, he preferred not to enter the maze. So even a small spark like this, it has to be ignited in the brain where the child will start thinking out of box. We must highly encourage the child to think out of box and solve problems. And this is required for idea generation, idea design and refinement, openness and courage to explore, work creatively with others, creative production and innovation. We need creativity for all things in life, and future belong to creative thinkers. If we are still thinking inside the box, if we are still chasing inside the maze, believe me, my dear friends, kids cannot survive in the 21st century challenge. So please see to that what are the activities that you can plan for them to enhance creativity. So with all these informations, let me remind you again and welcome you for my Friday webinar. My dear friends, we are going to discuss so many interesting aspects about reading skills. So I request each one of you to register in the link and enter my webinar. That's on Friday, 7 p.m. I heartily welcome you and say a big thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope this information was useful. And if you found this information useful, then you know what to do. Please like, share, and comment. I would be looking forward. I would also want to know what are the other things that I can help you with. What are the things that you would help me to figure out making videos on. If you can do that for me, I'll be really grateful. But anyways, thank you so much, my dear friends, for being with me in this session. In next session, we will get to know the activities that we can do to enhance all the 5 C skills. We'll see and check what are the activities to enhance each C skill, and we will derive some activities. So thank you so much for being with me in this session. I wish each one of you a very happy learning. Tata, bye-bye. See you tomorrow in my next session.